सपने अमरां दे, ऐ सपने अमरां दे, बूंद बूंद जोड़ेंगे, पल पल दूर दूर बह जाए, फिर ना चमंदरा दे, फिर ना चमंदरा दे, असी ऐथे खड़े है जाना परे, ना गम हमको दो, असी जिद ते अड़े, जुनूनी बड़े, है दिल के ये बोल, एक जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां, एक एक मैं पूरी करा, एक जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां, मुश्किल हमें रोकना, एक जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां, एक एक मैं पूरी करा। और आज हम आप सबकी कुछ ऐसी ख्वाहिशें पूरी करने आए हैं। वेलकम 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 बैक इनोवेटर्स। Out of many ideas, only a few have made it forward to this very final round. We now present the qualified startups, the ones bold enough to step into the spotlight.
So let's just announce them one by one so everyone knows. We have team Memotech, and we have a huge round of applause for them. Kisan Power, Pikapool Private Limited, Wind Pilot, Random Studios, Carbon Footprint, and Tijori. A huge round of applause. They've gone through 170 startups. They've competed with them over 2 rounds to make it to this final round. And the winner, let me tell you, will take a cash prize of rupees 2,50,000.
So every year, E-Summit does their startups better. So this year, the competition is tough and they have to live up to the name of our summit from last year. Behind every great pitch is an even greater question. Does this idea truly have the power to scale?
And that is the exact answer our jury is present to give us. Before that, we would like to thank our associations, the support with which we are here today. We are very glad to be associated with the SME Chamber of India, Startup India, Make in India, Startup Councils of India, SBI Securities, Aditya Birla Ventures, and so many more. Can we have a huge round of applause for all the associations that have made this event possible?
So before we move forward, we would like a word from our startups today that are here. Are you guys excited? Yes. Excited or nervous? It's a mixed feeling, right? Well, I hope our judges are kinder to you than we expect them to be. And we hope that the most deserving one of them all takes the cash prize of 2,50,000 here with us today.
Okay, so moving forward, let's get to know our esteemed panel. Joining us today, and we request ma'am to come on stage as we felicitate her, Miss Swati Mehra, the founding partner of 6 Sense Ventures. We request Principal Sir to please come on stage to felicitate ma'am. A huge round of applause for ma'am, please.
Please give her a huge round of applause. Next up, we have Mr. Rahul Chawla, Managing Partner, Venture Capitalist, 100 Unicorns. Please give him a huge round of applause.
Sir, we request you to stay on stage. Please.
Please give him a huge round of applause.
Now we would like to invite Ms. Kanchan Samtani ma'am, the Managing Director and Managing Partner at Boston Consulting Group. A huge round of applause for ma'am.
Please give her a huge round of applause. Next, we have Mr. Mohit Shukla, Managing Director and Legal Head at Barclays India. Please give him a huge round of applause. Sir, Jai Hind welcomes you back to the E-Summit and we hope to live up to your expectations. Please give him a round of applause.
As Ma'am said, Sir has been with us for all the 10 years of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. He's seen this journey come to life every single year. Thank you so much, Sir, for your continued support. Next, we have Mr. Gagandeep Chinna, the Senior Director at ICICI Bank. Please, can we have a huge round of applause?
We request Dr. Rakhi ma'am to please join him on stage. Please give him a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us today. Give him a round of applause. Now we call Mr. Aman Mittal, IAS Joint CEO, Maharashtra Institution for Transformation, Mitra, Government of Maharashtra. Please give him the biggest Jai Hind welcome we have. Keep the claps going as we are absolutely delighted for Sir to join us here today for the E-Summit's 10th edition. Please give him a huge round of applause. Sir, ma'am, we request you.
Thank you so much. Okay, now that the stage is set, our mentors are ready and our startups are nervous. It's time that each team will pitch their vision, their solution and their belief. But mind you, the clock is ticking. The stakes are very real and the stage will soon be yours. Let me go through some instructions for this competition. First, each team will be invited and they need to pitch their startup idea in 7 minutes only and 5 minutes of a question and answer round. Please keep the time in mind while you pitch and we have our volunteers here who will warn you when 1 minute is to go as well as when your time is up. So, let's get the energy high and welcome these startups with a huge round of applause. I would also like to mention that we have Mr. Jay, the founder of Global Venture Play, as part of our esteemed jury panel. So please, if you could wave to the crowd and can we have a huge round of applause for Sir? So let's begin with our first team. Can I please invite on stage Team Memo Tag and please can we have their presentation ready and the timer ready. A huge round of applause. Let's applaud and support them as they have to make a very important pitch. 7 minutes for the pitching and 5 minutes question and answers. You'll get a warning when 1 minute is to go. Okay? Everyone ready? So let's count you down. 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Alright, hi everyone. I am Rayansh, and before starting on my presentation, Julie, do you know what dementia is? Yes or no? I am assuming most of you do not know what dementia is. I'll quickly explain. Dementia is a neurodegenerative condition where the person is physically there, but mentally they're gone. They cannot speak properly, walk properly, they cannot make tea for themselves, they cannot use a remote, and they cannot manage their own routines. Next slide. Next slide, please. Well, about 3.5 years back, my grandfather was diagnosed with moderate stage dementia and was a late diagnosis. Being his family member, caregivers, we had absolutely no idea what is happening to him. We were blind. We spent lakhs on medications, therapies, caregiving, but never really figured out if his condition was actually improving or not. We were blind. And sadly, this isn't just our problem. In India alone, there are about 8.8 million patients who suffer from this exact same thing. And out of that, 85% of the cases are still undiagnosed, which means, one second, I'll let you know. Out of these 85% people, they're still undiagnosed, which means there's a huge awareness lag. People still do not consider dementia to be a separate illness, but they consider dementia to be, something that's part of normal aging, which it clearly is not. And dementia progresses, it's a progressive disease, it worsens over time, it does not have a cure to it till date. Now, there's a global shortage of doctors. In India alone, there are about 4,700 doctors present, and less than 5 to 8% specialize in geriatric or dementia care treatment, which is 500 doctors in India, usually found in tier 1 cities, for millions of patients in India who have dementia. Doctors still use manual periodic ways to detect and diagnose dementia, which easily takes about 5 months to just diagnose what dementia is and what stage they're at. And in those 5 months, a lot of subtle changes, speech changes happen that cannot be caught by human eye. Yeah? Another major problem is that because of relative higher price and that distance travel karne ko hota hai, a lot of times a friction is created and patients cannot visit these doctors. And this is the exact problem MemoTag is trying to solve. Next slide, please. Well, before coming on to a solution, hi everyone, I am Rayansh, I'm the founder and CEO of MemoTag. I have built companies before, I am a TEDx speaker. We have Avish, he's not here right now, but he's our CTO, he's an excellent AI engineer. He has scaled his company to 5,000 users before. We have Vasudev Mehra as our first pre-seed investor. He invested 40 lakhs at an valuation of 2.6 crores and is also helping us with R&D and distribution. We also have our clinical partners, Synergy India. They are UK returned professionals, amazing people, helping us with customer acquisition, helping us with clinical pilots and guiding us in domain expertise. Perfect. Next slide. Now, the question is, what is MemoTag really? I'll explain in a simple line. MemoTag is an AI voice companion that calls the patients up on their mobile phones and engages them in clinically structured conversations. The conversation normally goes like, "Hi Dadaji, how are you? Can you remember these 3 words for me? Oh, how's the weather today?" And asks more general, contextual or interest-based questions to them. Now these conversations happen on a daily basis and these go up till 15 to 20 minutes. We essentially extract certain KPIs or brain metrics from these conversations like hesitation, word recall, sentence structure, the way they speak, calculation abilities, and a lot of other things, about 25 plus KPIs. Next slide, please. While I'm just explaining the product, you can look at the product flow, and it's slightly cut, but that's okay. So, when we take out these KPIs, we then translate them into clinical grade reports for doctors to enable early intervention and give access and assess cognitive decline in a better way. So now, the 5-month diagnostic lag that was there earlier has now been reduced to less than 1 month because of continuous monitoring of dementia patients using voice. A quick couple of features that I want to discuss. We have dynamic caregiver, which essentially means we take out a lot of demographics, family relationships about the patient so that the AI personalizes itself about the patient. We clone the voice of a family member so that essentially when the AI speaks to the family member, the patient is more comfortable speaking to the AI. And we have certain cognitive games that the patient plays with so that the engagement is high. Something similar to us playing Sudoku and chess, there are certain games that we have designed proprietary to us that these patients play on a regular basis. Now, moving on. what about, yeah, can you get the next slide, please? Yeah. Now, talking about traction, I want to start with a small story here. As a founder, I have spent about 1.6 months on this problem statement, obsessing over it. 6 months, the initial 6 months were just spent with all the dementia patients, all these caregivers, clinicians, spending time with them, understanding their pain points. I have personally met with about 250 plus dementia patients till date, understood what they're going through. Now, talking about traction, we have access to about 35,000 plus hospitals and dementia clinics pan-India with the help of Mehra, which gives us a very strong distribution. We have been featured in Shark Tank India. We're currently working alongside organizations like Kim's Hospital and Dementia India Alliance. We also have been approached by, you see this logo right here? It's the logo of a public university in Germany called OTH Hamburg, which we signed an NDA and an LOI with. They want to bring MemoTag solution out of India and to Germany. We also have a potential of getting a 1 million euro pure grant from the
You have 1 minute left.
Government of Germany. Right, we have pilot testers right now. We've generated a revenue of 8.5 lakhs till date. We have a new set of pilot testers coming in, 100 people, which puts our projected revenue to about 70 lakhs by April end. We have an MSA signed with Synergy India, which helps us reach 2,000 people within the first year of launch and puts our projected revenue, annual recurring revenue to about 5.4 CR annually. Can you go to the next slide, please, because I have less time. Talking about our impact till date, we have piloted MemoTag on about 47 patients for about 6 months till date. We have seen a good retention of 94%. We have seen cognitive adherence or improvement in their functionality, confidence, and independence for 9%. And guys, mind you, even a 5% improvement in their cognitive adherence is a very big thing. This has all been done in clinical supervision and in front of doctors, with doctors. Something that I have been extremely proud of is that we got declined. The entire concept of MemoTag was validated here. We got decline of multiple patients within 21 days. And if we went through the normal path of current manual diagnosis or detection of dementia, that would have taken upwards of 60 days.
Your time
We
is
thought, that's pretty much it. Thank you. I'll take other slides. Any questions? Really less time.
We are now open to questions for jury. We'll take 5 minutes of question and answers.
Yes, Julie. Yeah.
Can you talk about the revenue model?
Yeah. Can you go to the next slide, last slide, please? In this last slide. So our revenue model can be of two ways. It can be D2C or it can be B2B2C. Right now, we're currently focusing entirely on B2B2C, which means patients who have already been diagnosed and are already enrolled with these facilities, elder care organizations. We tap into these elder care facilities. We've already signed MOUs and we're working with about 4 companies right now, including Imoha, which is India's second largest elder care facility. And we tap into their clientele, we go on a revenue sharing model with them, and that's how we work. Again, this is a freemium model. We give out 7-day freemium to these families, and it's a 3, 6, 12-month subscription package. It's a SaaS product. Yep.
So how are you personalizing? You mentioned something about the voice recognition stuff, but how are you personalizing this for every patient? Because it's not just the voice, right? It's,
absolutely.
I mean, everything else, but maybe like even if you can emulate my voice with the conversations I have with my grandfather, could be very different. So how do you ensure, because they're already in that stage where they are suffering from dementia, so you need to get very personalized.
Absolutely.
In terms of how do you do that?
So there are 2 overall answers here. Number 1, every single patient who has dementia is an edge case, which means they're different. Something similar cannot be treated for everyone. That's very clear from the beginning. And again, dementia is a spectrum. We're targeting people in the mild to moderate stage, not severe stages. So these people can talk like us, then they might have certain cognitive problems, like maybe someone can speak absolute perfect English, but they cannot do calculation well. We're targeting those kind of people right now. Number 1. And can you go to the slide? Jaldi. I don't want to take more time. Yeah. If we go back to this slide, yeah, one more. Right. A-class, yes, the product slide. Right. There's an initial, number 1, there's a baseline test which the person goes through. It's again a simple conversation which the AI understands कि patient कौन से level पर है, किस type के questions पूछने चाहिए. And secondly, there's the test, the simple caregiver form. The caregiver fills the details about, it includes demographics, relationships, education, background. कहीं ना कहीं it gets personalized, and with more interactions with the patient, the AI learns कि हाँ ये चीज़ है जो उसको aggressive बनाती है, तो we'll not go here. But this is something they're very happy to talk about, so we'll talk about this more. And this has happened, and this is exactly why our engagement is going strong with the pilot testers.
Yeah, thanks for the page. So I was told that you have interviewed with 250 ICPs so far. So like I wonder what was the most positive feedback and what was the negative feedback, and how do you plan to deal with the negative feedbacks?
Positive feedback has always been from caregivers. They have said thank you to me a lot, and that that meant to me a lot. Bad feedback we've gotten, in fact, more than positive feedback, and I think that's a good thing. Number one thing that is we got as a feedback was adoption rate of MemoTag at the initial stage, or the first week of MemoTag, is very tough. A person does not want to include MemoTag in their daily lives, and that's true. And that's exactly why we're going B2B2C, which means these caregivers or these nurses help MemoTag get equipped or get more into their daily lives, and this is how we're working on that. And secondly, there's another problem that we faced was of low interaction. Earlier, we did not have a familiar cloned voice, so we added that after we got feedback. So we're working on it, we're iterating on a daily basis, we're shipping it out. Yeah.
Thank you.
As a business model, as you see this scaling up, two questions to you. One, how does the validation of this come through? Is it through the patient's response or through the sort of medical fraternity that is going to start pushing this? And the second part is, from a revenue model perspective, now you've talked about what the current model is. How do you differentiate between B2B and B2C? I mean, what is the push going to be?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you last time.
Revenue model, whether you're going to use a B2B2C or B2C, how do you differentiate those sort of revenue models?
Sure. Number one, can we just... Okay, I'll just explain it right here. First question was about... I'm sorry, I didn't... Can you just give me a gist? The validation. The validation, right? Yeah, so validation comes from mainly two stakeholders here. Number one, doctors, because at the end of the day, doctors are the... This is not a diagnostic tool, this is not an intervention tool. This is a tool that has helped, this is the tool to help clinicians make better informed decisions, right? So, the validation mainly comes from these clinicians when they see these signs and when they cross-verify from their manual tests to and we see that yes, the results are same. That is number one, validation. Secondly, caregivers. They usually report to us and say ki, when MemoTag was used on a constant daily basis for a month or 2 months, we saw that they were more active, they were more happy, they did things more on their own. And I would say it's a double-edged sword. Dementia is a very slow progressive disease. So we get to see these feedback very slowly, but we do get to see them. And about the B2B2C part and D2C part, awareness is a very big problem in India, and people themselves do not know कि उनके घर पे कोई dementia का patient है. So a best way right now to go about and get into this market is to already target people who know they have dementia, and that's why we're going B2B2C right now. Eventually, when we have more awareness and we will tap into Germany. Germany is a very good market. They already know they have dementia, and we're going B2C directly from there. But again, it's market to market. Yep.
Thank you. That was the last question.
One more, please.
Thank you.
You'll talk later. Thank you.
Judges, please note, this was MemoTag. Please give him a huge round of applause. Judges, please note, this was MemoTag. The next startup to present is Kisan Power. Can we please have a huge round of applause for them? It's Kisan Rover. Timer ready? Tech ready? Are you ready, sir? We'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello everybody, myself Ramdar Lodha. I'm a founder and CEO of Kisan Rover. Kisan Rover is an agri-tech company for Indian small-scale farmers, currently solving problem of small farmers who can't afford the machineries. Next slide. Basically in India, around 150 million small-scale farmers who have the less than 5 acres of land, and these families make up to nearly half of the country population. But still these farmers are depending on the manual labor to do their basic agriculture tasks like weeding, seeding, spraying, through the manual labors, through the bulls, like that you see in the images. So still this 120 million farmers can't afford the expensive machineries, say they still doing this by manually. Next. And not only I think one slide is remaining. I think, yes. So this problem I address from my personal family background. I'm come from farmer family. My family faced similar challenges. Like when I was in 10th class, I saw my father who doing tasks like spraying and my mother doing weeding like tasks like it manually. So they are doing like through the hands, and my father carrying a 20-liter spray and spending 5 to 6 hours at their farm. So I address this problem and try to do something for my family, and then I come with a solution for small farmers. Next. So this problem not only Indian farmers problem, this is globally 500 million small scale farmers problem who comes especially regions like South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa and underdeveloping and developing countries. Next. So this is our solution, India's first solar powered agriculture robotic bull for Indian small scale farmers. It's a nose tractor, it's a multifunctional agriculture machine especially designed for small farmers, and the design like a bull, so farmer can't they can easily adopt this machine and operate easily. This machine can adopt multiple spraying and multiple implements like tractor. They can attach multiple implements behind and front help in this machine, and they can operate with the help of battery and the solar panel. There is no need to use the fuel and diesel to run this machine. This is a completely renewable energy powered machine, and they can also charge this machine through the scooter charger. Next. And this is type of task. Next. So this type of task like spraying, they can spray like through the multiple nozzles. They can spray in their farm. Comparatively, the manual spraying, it will take 5 to 6 hours to spray in a acre, but our machine can do this task in just 30 minutes. Next. So they can attach the seeder, a small seeder that we giving with this machine. They can attach behind this machine. They can sow the seeds at their farm and reduce the time, and it can act like tractor. Next. And this is a harvesting attachment. They are attached in the behind the machine. Next. And farmer also can carry the load by attaching the trolley, and they can use as a transportation. They can use the seating behind the machine, and they can run like a tractor. Next. And this is our current prototype we are working on. It's our government project given by Operation Dronagiri, government of Uttar Pradesh. We are currently developing a spraying system that only spray particular plant by detecting the age plant. So it will reduce the 50% use case of the chemical pesticide. And this implement also attached in the tractors, existing machineries also. Next. And not only in agriculture sector, our machine also can used in like gardening and managing the farms, managing the universities by using our other existing attachment except the agriculture attachments. Next. So all these things the farmer can just get into 80,000 rupees. With help of this, we giving a solar powered rover to the farmer and the one spraying system. This machine is equal to 10x farmers, 10x laborers, and one small tractor. Other existing solutions available in the market like boom spread that doing only a particular task like spraying, small tractor that come around 4 lakh to 5 lakhs, and the single task uses machines around like 60,000 to 70,000 rupees. Next. But our farmer can get just 80,000 rupees this machine. And comparatively the rental and manual laborers, they charge 400 to 500 rupees for a particular task. But our machine can run in on just 30 rupees per hour. And farmer can save around 9,000 to 20,000 annually, and they can get back this cost in just 1.5 years by giving this machine on rental and use their own farm. Next. So this is the competitive analysis. Existing player doing the same type of solution, building the same type of machineries like Krishi Gati, Suko, Neo Farmtech, but they are developing only single task based machineries for spraying, for seeding, weeding like that. But our machineries, our like beneficial things is like we are multifunctional, we are woman friendly, and adopting the multiple existing attachment like tractors. Next. So our target customers is small and medium farmers doing control farming, horticulture crops and cash crops. Our revenue model is product sale, product services, rent and lease, and selling the spray parts and the different implements for this machine. And we recently collaborated with multiple NGOs like American Foundation, Mechanical Engineering, and the Sujan Foundation, Earthon Foundation USA. Currently we get 10 plus advance order before the launch for the pilot trial from American Society of Mechanical Engineering. for piloting in UP and Rajasthan and MP and Maharashtra. Next. This is our solution supporting on our innovation, also contributing to United Nations Sustainability Development Goals like zero poverty and climate action and zero hunger, gender equality. Next. Okay. So this is our team behind this solution. Myself, Ramdan, I'm a founder and CEO, and Ratar Kumar Sharma is our co-founder and CTO and agriculture engineer with 7+ years experience. Lalit Kumar Sharma is our mechanical engineer. Jitnesh Patel is our R&D head and design engineer. And we got the industry experts mentor from like GTU Venture, Dr. Tushar, from Agrivisor, Rajesh Sharma, and for design and design mentorship we get from Satish Gokhale from Design Direction. Next. This is our recent collaboration with the American Foundation Mechanical Engineering, Switzerland Foundation, Operation Dronagiri for our AI-based spring system. Next. And this is our all the recent achievements. We done our prototyping with Mercedes-Benz and T-Works at Hyderabad. We recently collaborated with, we won India's most innovative hardware startup award and awarded by American Society of Mechanical Engineering in ISO award. We awarded by Switch On Foundation and Samsung, and recently collaborated with CSR, Mercedes-Benz CSR 2024 and 25.
Next.
Yeah, I'm over.
Please give him a huge round of applause. Judges, the floor is open for your questions.
Very good social impact.
Thank you so much.
Think of manufacturing it and scaling this. How do you think about that?
Yeah.
And that's first question. Secondly, is it a business which can be privately and profitably scaled up, or is it more dependent upon government grants and social support?
Yeah. So basically, first come to the manufacturing type of thing. Currently, we are doing we don't have our own factory. We're doing this thing with third-party manufacturer. Currently manufacturing in Bahadurgarh, Haryana. And point of view the scaling purpose. So the most of the point for the selling, so depend on the NGOs and the corporate foundations. But as per the like profitable, the current existing machineries available in the market that come around 4 lakh to 5 lakhs. That's very costly. So if we giving to farmers 80k machine similar to the tractors, so they definitely buy. And we manufacturing this machine in the 50k and making the like 10,000 profit, and other like for the transportation cost we are adding. So this is the thing, and additionally like we doing with for the pilot trial, the farmers show more interest, and they also suggest some other developing similar machine like single task bed. So they asking like that.
What is the maintenance cost of this machine? And what is the life of the machine? How many years does it last, and what is the maintenance and other costs?
Yeah. So come to the maintenance. So basically farmer no need the fuel. इसमें maintenance cost जो है लगभग 0 है. Mainly जो इसमें maintenance चाहिए होता है mainly need for batteries and the motors. So we giving the 1 year warranty with this machine. This machine run like lifespan जो इसकी जो 5 years की lifespan है, जिसमें भी mostly इसका batteries and motors में ही replacement करना पड़ता है. So the maintenance cost is almost 0.
On the financing of 80,000 today, so how are you thinking? Because farmers will probably not be able to afford this. So are you thinking of tying up with some NBFCs for financing? I mean, how do you help farmers afford this, or is it a rental model? How are you thinking about it?
So basically, in agriculture sector, the government, different state government are giving the subsidy on this type of machineries. So currently, this type of machineries, government giving 25% to 30% subsidy on this type of machineries. So they can like buy this machine through the subsidy. Also, we are financing, but financing model we are not going currently. Currently, we are only targeting with NGO sales, foundation sales, and through the subsidies.
How many units?
Currently, this is a pilot stage. We deployed 10 units to American Foundation for the pilot trials, and 1 unit to the UP government for the testing and certification. We don't launch yet still.
Patent?
So sir?
Patent?
Yeah, we have the 2+ design patents and the trademarks and the one utility patent over spraying system and the like structure type of things.
मुझे पूछना था आपसे, आपका एक्सपेक्टेड पहला जो आपका 10 का जो ऑर्डर है उसका एक्सपेक्टेड डिलीवरी डेट कब है, एंड दूसरा
आप तीन चीज़ों में मुझे समझ में आप काम कर रहे हैं जो आपके कॉम्पिटिटर भी हो सकते हैं। आपने बोला AI बेस्ड स्प्रेइंग सिस्टम, तो आप एक टेक्नोलॉजी स्टैक पे शायद डेवलप कर रहे हैं। दूसरा स्मॉल ट्रैक्टर्स पे कंपटीशन, और एक ड्रोन्स का भी आई हर्ड समथिंग। सो आपके हिसाब से व्हाट इज द कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी ऑफ दिस बिजनेस, ये अपने आप को डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करता है? सो दो क्वेश्चन, पहला तो टाइम ऑफ डिलीवरी जो हमने 10 का बोला और उसका मॉडल, और दूसरा आपका बिजनेस का कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी क्या रहेगा जिससे आपका मेन रेवेन्यू ड्राइव होगा आपके फ्यूचर।
Okay, so the delivery timeline जो कि अमेरिकन फाउंडेशन को देना है, we already completed our 10 units that in like in बहादुरगढ़. So जनवरी लास्ट में हम इनको डिलीवर करेंगे to the American Foundation. And second is like core competition. If you talk about drones, so drone basically जो है single task based machineries है, only for spraying, that cost around 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees for just for spraying. But comparatively this machine, it's the first multifunction machine. And जो competitor बना रहा है, they also developing the single task based machine. First of all, the major competitor is Neo Farm Tech. So they are developing the 20-liter capacity spraying system similar to this structure, but they perform only spraying, but they're fully manual. Farmer need to force the machine and it will run. And the tractor market is totally different. Tractor, small tractor to the big tractor, that market is already different thing. But we are competing with the power tiller market. So the currently same type of structure machinery is available. That is the called power tiller. It's mostly famous in the China side, not in India mostly. So this type of structure is similar to the power tillers.
Thank you. That was your time. Thank you, Kisan Rover. You can please. It's truly inspiring to see such startups which are not only adding to the economy but are creating something sustainable for our society, which is great to see. And that question answer round, it actually felt like real life Shark Tank, guys. That was on fire. Judges, please note that was Kisan Rover. Calling up the next startup, Picapool Private Limited. Please give him a huge round of applause as we welcome Picapool Private Limited on our stage.
Perfect. So,
Okay, 3, 2, 1, start.
Hello Jerry, my name is Rishabh, and I spend an unhealthy amount of time observing people, how they behave in the radius. So because I have 7 minutes, so I will try to talk a lot about the problem first. Maybe in the 6th minute I will try to talk about the problems. I will show you the attempt, the question, answers, the revenue model, everything I will have to talk in the 5 minutes. So we are trying to solve a network effect problem. So, you know, where, next. Perfect. So there are a lot of resources around this. For example, I have a drill machine and someone living next door require a drill machine, right? And he needs toys, ear maybe, right? Still he go to Blinkit and maybe he go to shop and purchase, right? Similarly, I know a very good wood fire pizza store nearby. Still, you know, this kind of knowledges, resources, utilities are always sitting with us. So these are latent local value we have. It's not visible to everyone around us. Similarly, we have lot of overlapped local fragmented intent. 5 people from same building going to Mumbai airport and all 5 are invisible to each other. 5 people from same building ordering 5 kg of Ashirwad atta. If they can come together, they can save, right? So, okay, for example, 4 students from same hostel book separate air cabs, someone searching for a local cook, while the neighbor 2 floors above has one looking for work. So I try to break this problem in 2 parts. One is local latent value, the kind of resources, utilities we have. The second is fragmented, overlapped needs. Okay, go ahead, next. So, next. So, I will not bore you much with the slide. Next. Perfect. So, this problem is sitting from long time. This is not something new, what I have observed and trying to solve. So, we realize something very interesting. People prefer convenience over chaotic coordination. Yet, people constantly look for small purposeful connections. And when it comes to coordinating, we try to do a mental equation, right? इससे मुझे क्या मिलेगा और इसके बदले मेरे को कितना दिमाग खराब करना पड़ेगा, 4 लोग से बात करो. So we try to say what I will extract out of minus, the social, mental और कि मैं cheap लगूंगा इस type का overall effort. This equation is always negative in our head. That's why we don't try to. That's why it's not solved yet. Okay, so switch to. I started working on this in my 6th semester at IIT Hyderabad, and I started with a simple observation कि buy to get one pizza था, मुझे किसी के साथ share करना था. I was not very much comfortable finding people around. Digitally I was comfortable, but that should be very time bound or distance bound. Okay. Perfect. So we are currently live in Delhi University. So this is our platform. How it works? So we started approaching this problem through Ask Around. So when it comes to coordination, coordination has 5 layers. One is visibility. कि कौन cap sharing करना चाह रहा है. That's simple visibility. The second is alignment. Alignment is like कि मैं 4 बजे जाऊँगा तुम 6 बजे जाओगे. That's not gonna work. If this two works, there is something called trust. So trust is like कि we have to solve trust separately. If trust is also there is something called flake. You told me you will come at 5, but तुम अकेले चले गए. That is flake. Right? Even if this 4B will achieve, this need to happen in a constant frequency, so that the net equation which is negative in people brain, that will like अच्छा ठीक है ये काम करता है. So we started with something called Ask Around. Our ICP is very simple. We are just trying to solve this initially in low social distance. What I mean by low social distance? People living in the same campus. क्योंकि वहाँ visibility alignment से सब problem solve हो जाएगा initially. वहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा trust का issue नहीं है. Similarly, people living in a gated community. So that's why we pick our ICP as a close a radius that consists of 5,000 to 6,000 people spending 5 to 6 hours together, like colleges, tech parks, housing societies initially, and we just want to increase the behavior in that radius. So we started with something called Ask Around. Ask Around, how it works? Simply put it here. Whatever you need. You need a bike pump, or you need कि अच्छा Bengali food कहाँ मिलता है, whatever. Simply put it here, and whatever radius you will select, taking you as a center, this application will draw a circle of that radius. And whatever people are in that circle, so you can see 736 people in my radius are live. This is in Delhi University right now. Okay? And once I will click on start polling, these people will instantly go on the common chat thread on the basis of their preference. That is one. Like someone is interacting here, 2 people did it for cricket match already. 2 log mil gaye and so on. So this is very constant. And when we introduced Ask Around, we saw a lot of noise. A lot of people were trying to do marketplace kind of thing. कि मुझे iPhone बेचना है या मुझे cap sharing करना है. But this kind of intent, this kind of coordination can't solved with visibility alone. This required more structured nets, right? That's why from this noise we got a signal. Some intent required. Sorry.
1 minute left.
Perfect. So on that we introduce share, ride, and bicep in a radius just to avoid traffic on Ask Around. And similarly, we got into group buying. And this, group buying, how it comes? We realized a lot of people were trying to do buy 2 get 1, buy 3 get 2 stuff on our platform. That moment I realized if I want people to come only for random thing, uncertain things, it's not easy. So group buying works as a go-to-market strategy for us because it's very certain for people. If 5 people will come together, this product costs you lesser. And every time they come together, there is a message कि हम 5 लोग आ रहे हैं. That's why it's going down, right? And from there, it's easy for me to inject Ask Around or other layers. Go to the deck. Go to the deck. Next.
Time is up.
Next. Just last slide.
The time is up.
I should introduce my team. That's all. So this is me. This is my co-founder, and so we were also winner of SIC, Suzuki Innovation Bootcamp. We got some money from them, $18,000 as a winner. And yeah, that's Liverpool. Sorry? Yeah, I started 16, 17 months back, and after college I'm doing this full time here.
Right. What's your revenue model for this?
Perfect. So there's go to the that thing. Apple. Perfect. Right. So one is group buy. That is currently we are making money out of this. Group buy, as more people in a radius come together, and that the price drops. And you have to do the pre-book, so that like 4 unit 5% off and 10 unit 30% off, right? You have to do the pre-book so that आप आखिरी में flake नहीं कर सकते. From here we make one margin 5 to 7%, and we try to do only through certain category where we can have repeat. Okay? And the second thing is ask around. This is our hypothesis. We have not tested it yet. Everyone don't want to get connected within their radius with anyone. If you want to do house party, आप किसी के साथ ऐसा randomly connect होगे. You have certain tags in mind. Someone from a particular college, maybe some age group or whatever. So if you want to connect around certain tags, we will give you filter. एक filter हम आपको free देंगे, बाकी के लिए आपसे हम पैसे लेंगे. We haven't tested it yet. Once we will cross 7,000 users, we will start testing around it.
Any data security, privacy?
Yes. Okay. So security question. So जब दो लोग एक इवन लो सोशल डिस्टेंस रेडियस में जैसे कॉलेज एरिया कहीं भी इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, so there is two way to develop a trust. One way we do is like whatever user within a radius comes, they have to go through their DigiLocker verification, or the second one is like school email ID or college email ID, work email ID. The second thing is something called karma point. हमारे बीच ट्रस्ट डेवलप कब होगा? जब सर को मेरे बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी हो, मे बी माई लिंक्डइन और मे बी माई अदर डिटेल. द सेकेंड थिंग इज व्हाट अदर थिंग्स अबाउट सृजन, right? For example, there is something called karma point. You can see someone have 0.25 karma point, someone have 23.5 karma point. So it help you to minimize the risk of coordinating attempt.
Current user model, how many locations, how many users are using this?
Okay, currently, so we have users in 3 places right now. One is IIT Hyderabad because we have started there. The second is LPU and the third is Delhi University. Currently, we are just focusing on Delhi University radius of 3 kilometers. Our whole idea is to get the repeat in the user behavior. So, we are not very much counting the DAU or MAU, but we have a monthly active users of 105. We have daily active users of 105. We have total number of users in Delhi University is approx 1200, and the number of ask around which creates every day is 5 to 7 ask arounds. And from 11th October till today, we have did the revenue of 2.4 lakh from group buying. In group buying, from 5th pool, we have 40% in repeat users.
Is it better that all these things they see all the solutions are available, be it ride pooling, be it group buying, be it society community buying. There are apps available in plethora nowadays. Why would an app which clubs it all together? Ultimately it's a very very local business what we are targeting.
Okay.
People have a lot of options. Why would anyone come to you and have an extra one?
Perfect. So currently लोगों के पास क्या ऑप्शन है? वन इज कि आपको इंटरसिटी करते हो तो आप ब्ला यूज करते हो, राइट? आप खेलने जाते हो तो प्ले यूज करते हो, राइट? एंड आई डोंट नो लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल डेटिंग एंड ऑल आप हिंज या कुछ यूज करते हो. माई होल आइडिया ऑफ सॉल्विंग दिस प्रॉब्लम कि हमारे आसपास बहुत सारे लेटेंट रिसोर्सेज हैं, हमारे आसपास बहुत सारे ओवरलैप्ड नीड्स हैं. देयर इज अ नो वे कि हम इसको चैनलाइज कर पा रहे हैं. इसमें एक कोल्ड स्टार्ट प्रॉब्लम है. कोल्ड स्टार्ट इसको आप कहाँ से करेंगे? यूजर्स को कहाँ से एक्वायर करेंगे? इनिशियली व्हेन वी डिड इन दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी, वी एक्चुअली मेड अ एटॉमिक नेटवर्क ऑफ 400 यूजर्स मैनुअली हमने ऑनबोर्ड किए. until unless we will not make a atomic network initially, ये अपने आप ग्रो नहीं करेगा. 400 यूजर्स को हमने मैनुअली ऑनबोर्ड किया. इनिशियली 400 यूजर को ऑनबोर्ड करने के बाद हमने आस्क अराउंड ट्राई किया. देयर नहीं से विजिबिलिटी इज अनसर्टेन कि कोई कुछ भी पूछ रहा है कि मेरे साथ आई नीड समवन फॉर व्हाटएवर sports or whatever. The second aspect is that is कि if you show them certainty कि आप group buying से एक साथ एक radius में जा रहे हैं, so that is the I think the optimal way to do a cold start in a atomic network. So I am not trying to solve a verticals problem. I am trying to solve a behavior problem which required visibility, alignment, trust, flake, and the repeat of that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was the time. Can we have a huge round of applause for Pickable Private Limited? Judges, please note, I repeat, that was Pickable Private Limited. So, audience, 3 startups in House to Josh. Can I hear a huge round of applause if you're enjoying this really nice pitching that's going on in front of you? And one of the business's future is going to be decided right here. So, judges, can we please move forward? Okay. As we welcome Random Studios on stage for our next pitch.
Before we start, I would just like everyone to visualize something, and that's not just for you, that's for everyone. Now imagine you scale your business to the level that you want it to. I mean, you're a market leader, you're up there with the big names, there's Tata, there's Vijay Sales, and you've taken part in one of India's biggest expos. You have a stall, it's massive, there's a lot of crowd, but you look around and everyone's just in their plain black, white, blue, yellow t-shirts with their logo on it, and you realize that there's nothing that's really making you stand out. Well, today I'm Hamza Bambur, good evening, and we are the Random Studios and we are here to solve just that problem.
Good evening, my name is Mustansir Muqaddam. Most people just sell merch, but we run an entire customization engine.
Clients come to us confused and they need confident. That's where we come in. So the Indian landscape is basically, as you can see, the 4 points. It is, I wouldn't say an unorganized market, but the players inside are very unorganized. They don't have a support staff, they don't have a design team, they do not have many tools to their aid to help a client to get what they want. So what we do is, we are completely B2B and we service clients in the corporate team events, sporting events to provide custom apparel. So, So as he mentioned, it's not an unorganized market, but the players are unorganized. So what we mean by that is, you must have seen something which was written, which is they don't adhere to timelines. Now although that might seem like a very minute problem, but I mean, it's been 3 years since we're into this and it's a huge problem. The miscommunication, there's always variation in quality, and they just don't have the systems that you need to have to give the client what they want. That's where we come in. I mean, I like to call ourselves the house for customization because we get everything under one roof. Let me give you an example. A sports tournament from Muscat just came to us the other day and they said that they want to make jerseys. They just came for jerseys. We gave them caps, bags, bag tags. We gave them designing services for their entire tournament, and we gave them much more. So that's what we do. When I talk about programmatic reliability, it's the timelines that they give you. If any of you have ever purchased t-shirts from a vendor, it's never on time. I mean, they'll tell you कि हाँ 5-7 दिन में हो जाएगा. 7 days later, they're never picking up your call. So how we give you a timeline is we have an AI database which calculates the amount of workload we have currently, the amount of work that we're expected to have, the lead time plus 2 days of buffer period. So we're 100% on time.
I'll just explain the target market, the kind of clients that we target. So our prime target is corporate and institutional clients, whether it is colleges, schools or MNCs like Eureka Forbes. Next is a big part of our business is sports jerseys and kits. So we handle tournaments internationally and locally, right from the bag of the player, the bottle, the cap, the entire sublimated jersey is all where we come in. We also do white label in terms of brand solutions. So if you want to start your own clothing brand tomorrow, you can come to us and we'll source everything from you right from the scratch to the delivery. Next slide, please. So why we're different is we have a design first thinking and client centric approach. It is not that you come to me and I tell you that I have this kind of a t-shirt, these are the only options available, you either take it or you go to someone else. We will see what brand color goes for you, how is it best for you. and we have systematic operations, and why we will be able to scale better is because we are using AI to build a chatbot which will take in inquiries. We are also building a CRM system wherein if you put an inquiry, the order will be placed, all the QC will be done, and it will automatically processed for you.
So when I talk about the business model, it's very clear. When I say B2B, I mean when anyone says that, oh, we do bulk, it's like your MOQ is what, 500,000 pieces? No. So we start off with 5-10 pieces, which is how we like to build relations with our customers. 5-10 pieces, we customize any product for you, and it's all low inventory overhead because we only produce our products when the order is placed. So we have no overhead costs, and design-led pricing is just, we don't price our products the same way. If you come to me and you want 40 of yellow, you come to me, you want 40 of blue, it's priced accordingly to the timeline, so it's really dynamic that way. We have a simple 5-step process. So like you said, we have an AI chatbot that's coming in. So it's really just put down into these 5, which is a designing process. So you send a logo file, we send mockups to you. After that, we have a 2 to 3 day sampling period, which is very short compared to what's going on in the market right now. And our production lead time is also, along with all the quality check, along with all the systems that we're using, it is much less compared to what current vendors are using in the market right now. And if you can see here, there's this thing called AQL 2.5 standard, which in the garment industry means that 2.5% of whatever goods we've sent, they are accepted, rejected. So it's not going to be 98.6% that's going to be correct. It's always going to be 98.5% minimum.
So 3 years into the business, and these are our records. 290 clients served till date, and at least 50 of them are recurring. 45,514 products sold with an average token value of each product being 439 rupees. And we have 40 strategic partners all over India to help us achieve this. And these are our current clients. We currently are shipping to Oman, Dubai, Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, UK, US, and Australia as well.
I have 1 minute left.
So 2023 was the first year in business, which we did more than 13 lakh in sales. Second year went to 60 lakhs. And the third year in which we got legally compliant because we turned 18 and we could do it. So this year we are on track to do 1.6 crores in sales. We have already achieved 1.3, and our next year target is to cross 3.5 crores.
So this is the future trajectory. In a couple of months, we plan to, dive deep into the B2B dominance. After that, it is the international scaling and building, constant clientele base and the long-term relations, logistics, everything in the international market. And after that, of course, we plan to become the category leader in India and abroad. That's it.
Just wanted to understand that there will be a lot of competition in this also, and you are shipping, I think, to a lot of countries. And I think the order sizes you said that you take like 5 to 10 also. So how was the breakdown of profits? Because I think a lot of cost might also be going into sales and shipping and all of it. So you showed a revenue breakdown, but are you profitable or not?
Yes, so I'm proud to say that we are profitable since day one. We have a gross margin of 27% overall, and approximately net is close to 7 and 7.5. But we want to push that net to 7 to 15 and the gross from 27 to approx 35. That is our goal for the next 2-3 years.
On the supply side, what is it that you've, because you mentioned mainly garments or mainly textiles, right? But how are you managing, say, international supply chain or domestically? And is there a thought to get into your own manufacturing or supply chain like back here?
So supply chain, as we mentioned, we have 40 plus strategic partners across the country. So we source products such where if we are sourcing a polo, then it has to be the best. If you're sourcing a t-shirt, then it has to be the best. and everything is made in India end to end. And about supplying it to abroad, we also have a logistic partners. So we've chosen the best one, say for Nairobi, Africa. There is a person who is doing that at the best rate, which is reaching the client faster. For Dubai, there's another route. If sometimes it has to go to Africa faster, then it might go to Dubai via air, and then from there via sea. So that is how we manage the branding.
And it's not only t-shirts, but it's t-shirts accompanied with bags, caps, bottles, pens, diaries. Corporate gifting we have just started 6 months back, but our core focus is apparel in the best way possible.
So there's something I like to say, that everyone wants our product, they just don't know it yet.
So if one is to look at where is the constraint in your mind, in terms of scale up, to divide it into logistic, manufacturing, is it getting customers? Which part do you feel most constrained?
Currently, we've just spent the past 6-7 months to really get our systems in place, which we'll be honest, we've been holding back on how many clients we're pulling in. Over the next 3 months, we're going to have everything in place. And honestly, we've gotten inquiries from all over the world, all over India. We're looking to sign contracts in the future, so there is no constraint as such. We were just holding on to.
How do you get the customers?
It's word of mouth, it's Google, and it's Instagram messaging.
And the constraint part of it is basically we do not want to go out in the market and sell globally, make an made in India brand, and do not serve that level what global expects. We wanted to test our product in terms of washes, quality, print life, etc. and all the details.
If you split your orders, let's say there will be large orders, there will be small orders of 20 and all, but be that mixed percentage be?
The mixed percentage basically 20 to 30% is probably we consider retail, which is like 20, 30, 40 pieces, and anything above 50 is our major chunk, which is 75-80%.
Part of my question, you answered what he asked, but the second part is, what is in your mind today your USP vis-a-vis competition?
So USP, as you mentioned, for example, what we do, or you can get it anywhere else, like Printstop or Vistaprint or something like that. But the human interface where you as a brand, if they're sending your logo, you are going to just get a mock-up from them and you will go ahead. We are going to have a meeting with you, going to consult what will look best, what is the t-shirt for, what is the project for, and give you something which is more apt for you. Yes, it might lower our repeat order from you because we give something which is better, but we want you to have the best.
Just to add to your answer, I mean, it's if you go to a vendor right now, they're not looking to upgrade what they have currently. Because if they have this t-shirt, yellow, this is all I have, sorry. We do is if you tell me, oh, I'm not happy with this, okay, wait, we've got a lot more in our arsenal, we'll come back, we'll help you with that. And it's also, if you go to any vendor in, suppose Chawla, which is a market in Mumbai, and you go and tell them, this is my logo, I want this color t-shirt, no suggestions, nothing, okay, send it on WhatsApp, I'll get it done in 7 to 10 days. You do the same thing with us, we'll take, if you're short on time, okay, 2-3 hours immediately, I'll send designs, send design options, you select the one you like. And it, again, I'm saying it might seem like a minute thing, but this is where we start. This is what plays a major role.
Have you guys done analysis of what your TAM is, what it is for market?
Yes, so TAM, according to our capacity in terms of production and the global standards, is probably annually $2 to $3 billion worldwide, but we would like to be probably at $10 to $15 million in about a 5 years time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A huge round of applause for Random Studios, please. So audience, one more startup added to this very exciting competition. Can I get a huge round of cheer for them? What do you think? Jury, that was Random Studios. We will be inviting Bid Pilot. I would like to repeat that. It would be Bid Pilot back on stage. And yes, I'll count you down. All the best. 3, 2, 1.
3 months ago, we started making AI-powered creatives for businesses. In December, we worked with a founder running an AI automation startup. He wanted to post consistently on social media to build authority and generate inbound leads. The problem was time. Creating content would cost him over 10 hours a week, time taken directly away from running his company. So we built an AI clone of him and automated the entire content pipeline. Ideation, scripting, video generation, editing and posting. He now posts across YouTube, Instagram and LinkedIn without ever filming a single video. That's when we realized this isn't a one-off solution. Most founders struggle with consistency and time, not ideas. So we're building Vidpilot. Vidpilot creates a custom AI system that thinks and talks like you, then automates founder-led content from idea to post. You review content ideas, approve what you like, and we handle the rest.
Yes. So I hope everyone understood. I would just like to mention that the video that you just saw was not filmed yesterday in my living room. In fact, it was not filmed at all. That is my AI twin, and that's what we are trying to build at Vidpilot. So I'll explain that in a second. Can you go to the next slide? So, as everyone must be knowing, good founder-led content builds authority, generates inbound leads, and just in general creates trust in the minds of your audience. So it's very important and it's a very good asset to have for any founder. However, when starting out, founders don't have the time to invest in this. So what ends up happening is they post inconsistently, they don't get any engagement, and then they give up and they're not able to compound this growth ever. And as you know, any time spent on creating this content is time taken away from your business. So it's not a good trade-off, especially when the results are so poor. Can you go to the next slide, please? So there are a few solutions to this. All of them have one common problem. So the first solution is hiring an agency. However, that does not solve the problem of the founders still spending their time filming and everything else. A new addition to the solution list is AI generation tools. But there is a learning curve for this, and then founders do not wish to spend that time learning new AI tools and getting familiar with it. The third and the last option is doing it yourself, and that is like another second full-time job, so that's not worth it. So if you go to the next slide. So the solution that we are trying to build at Vidpilot is automating this entire process so the founder does not have to spend any time filming anything. So we define content pillars at the start. That's the type of content that we want to post for you. We generate the client's voice and make a bot that writes like them. We generate AI generated voice and video avatars of them. So the content gets made automatically, gets sent to an editing team and gets scheduled automatically. So all you have to do as a founder is give your personal insights. So that will be explained in the next slide. So here is a breakdown of how that video that you just saw earlier works. So there's a client master sheet which has all the client data. That triggers an automation every week which scrapes the web for ideas in your niche, evergreen and related to current events. They get written in, they get ranked based off of your ICP and get sent to the founder. The founder has to add their personal insight to all these ideas so that there's a uniqueness aspect to it. Then we generate their voice, their video. We also break down the script into visual elements and make B-roll footage, images as well as videos. All of that gets sent to the editing team. They have a very quick turnaround time, and we are ready to schedule and upload all of this. So it's end-to-end automation. This already exists. The thing that we are trying to build now is make it so efficient that we as people who are doing this do not have to spend a single minute on this process at all. There is still some time investment from our end right now. We are trying to solve this. So if we go to the next slide. So the market opportunity here is massive. The total addressable market, the global creator economy is $200 billion plus. That's US dollars, I think. Coming to Australia, there are 2.6 million Australian businesses, but only 11% of them have an active social media presence. So that gap is so huge. That's the gap that we are trying to penetrate. We are based in Adelaide, which is a city in the south of Australia. We are estimating around 2,000 to 4,000 early adopters for this idea, and that's annual market opportunity of $12 to $24 million. Another point to note is that Adelaide has a very nice startup ecosystem, so that's where we want to target our outreach efforts to first. If we go to the next slide. So our business is a subscription model. These are the prices. So for 12 videos a month, you have to pay us $500, 600 for 16 and 650 for 20. This is Australian dollars, and just for reference, $1 Australian is 60 rupees. These prices are very close to our costs, so these are affordable to founders. it's cost efficient, and the prices don't go that high when you increase the volume. So these are some advantages that we see here. In the future, we want to expand to better automations, better formats of videos as well, and that's it. Can you move to the next one? So this is our 6-month roadmap. So like I said, a lot of these processes are being done manually right now, and we want to automate this in the next 6 months. So in the first 2 months, we want to automate our core workflow. So the most time-consuming processes of the generation process, we want to automate that in the first 2 months. We also want to do approvals, like I mentioned, the client adds insights. Okay. The client adds insights to our videos. We want to do that natively on Slack and Notion. So we want to build out that system in the first 2 months. Next 2 months, we want to templatize editing so we can cut down editing times by 50%. And we also want to scale to multiple paying clients without breaking. And then in the last phase of our 6-month rollout, we want to build a website-based the dashboard for the system so that they can view it in a much more beautiful and digestible way. And then our aim is having 10 recurring clients by month 6 and without breaking. Can we go to the next one? So this is our team. We started as a creative as a service agency in October, and we pivoted to this model because for one of our founders, we were solving this issue of inconsistent posting. And so this is Arya, and that's me. Arya is sitting in Australia right now. These are our roles, and that's it, I guess.
Huge round of applause, and now we would request the jury to ask questions.
One question on the value proposition.
Yes.
What is the kind of content support that you're providing to the founders? And also talk to me a little bit about competition. There are many people who are claiming to have AI solutions to do some of this. Have you looked at that landscape, and how will you continue to differentiate?
Yes. So there are a lot of very popular ones actually in India. Our main target market is Australia though. And so to answer your first question,
Sorry, but tech travels across boundaries very easily, so I don't think that works.
Yes. So the differentiating factor between them and us is their automation is more expensive probably, and it's not end-to-end. So the founders have a lot more of their time being spent on the process than us. The type of videos that we want to provide initially are educational content, educational style content. So that in our research has been the most authority building and most trust building type of content that one can post.
What's the ethicality? Any concern?
Ethicality, so there were legal concerns of some people that we approached with this idea. They were asking if this is a reliable way to store data, and because their face can now be replicated by us. So we have very tight privacy policies that we ensure their safety to the fullest, and the models that we use to generate these videos and voice have very good authentication measures, so that the person whose voice or the person whose video we are cloning has to authenticate on the website by logging in themselves and recording themselves on their phone. So not everyone can get access to this very easily.
The three things. One is whatever you're doing, are you also taking an IPR on that, the intellectual property rights? Have you applied for any kind of an IPR on that? Second is you showed the revenue that you expect out of a client, but you did not show the revenue model that you have, or what is the expansion plan that you have in terms of the expected number of clients over a period of time. Third is you, at the back of it, I am assuming that you are using an existing AI model, right? So do you also then tend to develop some kind of in-house expertise into it, and what will be the financing component for that part?
Are you asking if we want to develop an in-house AI model?
Yes.
So the thing is, with these AI models, they keep on changing, and the best AI model in the market currently may not be the best AI model in the market 2 months down the line. So the way that we have built this allows us to switch between the best result performing models, so that we are able to provide the best possible results for our clients. And I'm so sorry, I forgot your first. Yes. So IP, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think for social media videos it's that important, but the tech part of it. So we have to still look into that because we pivoted to this when like less than a month ago. So like the automation part of it. So we are still not familiar with the revenue. So right now we have not built the automation. So instead of using APIs, we are using direct subscriptions to these Hind and 11 Labs and all these AI models. That price that I have listed is the highest of high prices that we will ever encounter. As we scale clients, some of these costs will go down. So our profit margin on the first client would probably be close to $30. The second client would be more like 100. And by the time we scale to 10 clients and we build out the automation, we will be able to implement APIs and then the price goes down much drastically.
Is that all? Okay. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. Judges, that was with pilot, and audience, that was with pilot, but that's not all. We still have 2 startups left in our round who are competing for this cash prize. Can I please invite Team Carbon Footprint? Can we welcome them with a huge round of applause? Team Carbon Footprint. Tech ready, team ready, timer.
The carbon footprint, where we are in the particular category where we solving the ESG compliances for the industry. So where ESG is the compliances for the industry, for us it is our product. Please go ahead. So while working with the different clients, we have identified the problems. The problems which are morely in the regulatories. Yeah. Regulatory pressures, which is the ESG, PRSR, CBM, credibility pressures, where greenwashing is happening. Many industries claim that this is eco-friendly, but there is no documentation, there is no sort of a particular way to prove that, the third-party assessment or independent assessment. So usually we are working and helping industry and also making the carbon neutrality roadmap. So we identify one problem here. Please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead. Back. Yeah, so the gap is in the assets, compliance and monetizations, and we bring the transparency to them. So this is not possible to do while doing all alone in the particularly ESG, right? So there is a gap. Go ahead. The error I must believe. Yeah, so problem gap is the ESG is usually stop at the report. The traditional consultants stop at the report. OEM is stop at the equipment. And carbon markets are suffer from the trust. Please go ahead, and now we are coming on our verticals. Go ahead. Yeah, these 3 verticals. We intersect all of that. We are only working very highly active on mechanism of farmer FPO carbon credit platform. We are finding a problem where industry want to become a carbon neutral, and also there are a huge potential of the farmer who can give that carbon credit to that particular company and become the carbon neutral. But what happened here, we identify that the compliance cost to claim 1 carbon credit, 10 carbon credit or 100 carbon credit usually cost 5 lakh rupees. After validation, where are registrations and everything, usually cost 5 lakh rupees, and one farmer who have a small land cannot getting a benefited from it, because the economical viability after spending 5 lakh rupees might not possible to recover that cost. So why a small farmer will take the chance of losing the money? So we did one thing, we opened one umbrella, bring all farmers together and started claiming the carbon credit for that umbrella. That is called the FPO. While we are getting the carbon credits, our second vertical, which is a carbon sink innovations, which you have on your hand, is also helping a farmer to generate another 10 credits, 10 carbon credits per SKU, while developing a microalgae. additionally, that is also helping CSR industries to claim the 1,000 plastic credit at the simultaneously. So all the cost will bear by the CSR industries, while the microalgae generation's carbon credit is going to benefit by the farmer. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, so this is how actually we are working, where what exists today is already number of millions of plantations is available. Our model is a TCF, FPO and a farmer, where we believe farmer is not beneficial, are the carbon stakeholders. They do not need a subsidize, they already made the money. We just have to deliver in their account. So we find that gap, we started making sort of things for them. Please go ahead. This is already what we already made. We already started digging out 24,000 carbon credit for our existing partner, which is a geospoon farmer producer in the Vadodara, and that 24,000 carbon credit is in the agro field. Please go ahead. Yeah, so this is the current scale where 150 farmer is already on board 250 biga of land and agroforestry plantation. If I will say that if the entire auditorium is full with the rice of a grain, we just concrete one grain. That is the potentiality of farmers do not know, and they can get benefited, but no one wants to touch it. Why? There are many problems. There is a back-end scientific methods, manually measurements, biomass calculations, and many other things which usually a farmer or any other do not want to put inside. Please. Yeah, this is a carbon sink which usually validated with the government grant of a Gujarat government of 4.3 lakh rupees, designed for a CSR, smart citizen and campus packages within the next 90 days. Please go ahead. Within the next 90 days, the prototype with the NABL accreditation is going to be fabricated at any CSR institute. Please go ahead. Back. Yeah, flexible captive solar, where industry asking to become the carbon neutral. They also asking to become a carbon neutral by reducing their scope 2 emission. A small industry who want to become, who take the advantage, usually not go into the captive solar plant. We made a very easy entry and exit for them. So any industry can participate by become investor, come partner, come consumers. That usually where it's attracting. If I will focus on the MD side, why MD cares? Directly 3 rupees of unit of saving versus the grid power. Secondly, where any solar plant, solar park usually bring the break even. In 10 years, it brings in the 4 to 4.5 years. Additional benefit of ESG plus scope 2 reductions and optional carbon credit access. If they want to purchase that carbon credit on that solar park, they have the open access initially. So this is how the captive solar, that the another.
1 minute left.
Yeah. So in another slide you can see this is how it works. Very flexible for small companies who actually are not having a bill more than 5 lakh, 10 lakh rupees per month, but also want to go into the captive solar. Please go ahead. Yeah, this is our USP. This is our advantages: faster execution, lower capital intensity, compliance plus DNS ground plus tech integration, where there is an impact already created and also it is integrated and showing in the form of a technicality where you can prove that. Please go ahead. These are the USPs, these are the models. Yeah, this is our business model where we are bringing the revenue. If I will say, while I am speaking right now, I am a pre-revenue, but by just that first vertical one, farmer FPO, we are by March 2026, we are bringing a 60 lakh rupees of revenue. That's it. You can come on the last slide. This is a dashboard where you can calculate your emission. Yeah.
Mehra.
Very interesting idea, and I think if you're able to do it, it will be very good for the entire country also. But just 2-3 things in terms of implementation. Have you tried selling the carbon credits? Because one of the problems of carbon credit market is the trust factor,
yeah,
which is one thing that I think India is still struggling with. We still do not have the taxonomy. The second thing is it's basically I think installation of a solar plant, and then you are
at a
giving it
different
out
location.
in open access or giving it out to the clients?
To the clients.
But have you been able to get this? I mean, open access is easy, but have you been able to get the other thing, giving it out at 6.5 rupees? Because I think it requires a lot of approvals from the local electricity boards and everything.
Okay. So I will. I have.
Sorry, and the last thing is I would also want to see your revenue model, which I probably missed out.
Yeah. So can you bring the business model out? Your first question, where the carbon credit is going to purchase by someone. Europe is largely consuming the carbon credits. The different company already decided in these segments they have to. No. But we already having the bidding platform. We have a London-based our compliances, which is ready to purchase at a $4. Yeah. So second question which you are asking about the captive solar, where it is not an open access. Usually we try to do that 100% is consumed by our partner itself. Now 66 kV to 11 kV transformation tariff charge, we are summarized somewhere somehow, and then we bring that cost of 6 rupees per unit, and it is viable. Even after that, even we are making 1 rupees of profit per unit. No. But already there are sort of the compliances. We are already in the talking with the Morbi text.
We are trying to come up with something, with a policy for that. The problem with that is there's a wheeling charge that they add on.
Exactly.
Which increases the cost. The third thing I wanted was the revenue model, not the business model, the revenue model.
So
how will you project your revenues to be coming up?
We are projected to bring the revenue in the form of a way where the revenue usually brings by charging 1 rupees of unit per in this particular captive solar. The revenue in the vertical one usually charged by 25% commission on the carbon credit sale. So 100 rupees of carbon credit, 75 goes to the farmer, 25 is our charge. But we do not charge single rupees in initial stage. The all compliances, the 5 lakh, 7 lakh rupees skill set is all by us. So this is how the revenue model is going to work. So in that 60 lakh rupees of revenue, 50 lakh rupees is going to become the profit.
This is a very execution focused business.
Yeah.
आपका team क्या है, आपका background?
I am a mechanical engineering. I have done the particularly ESG certification program. I have 7 people of a team. All 6 are volunteer based. On a freelancing base, when I need them, I bring them. And that's right now I am working whole and soul. But those 6 are ready to join whenever I am ready to give the access. Let's bring to the table.
Okay, I think that's all. Have a huge round of applause, please. For carbon footprint. Okay, I repeat, that was carbon footprint, and now leading up to the final startup that is part of this final round. Can I invite on stage Team Tijori? Can we have a huge round of applause? Tech team, are you ready?
Could you please open the envelope that we have given you? Only the envelope.
Timer ready? 3, 2, 1.
Could you tell me what was in there? It was blank, right? Yeah, it was blank, right? Well, that's the reality of millions of Indians that they face every year, and I face something very similar. During COVID, my brother-in-law passed away. And on his deathbed, he tells us about this 1.5 crore term insurance policy that he had taken. However, he could not tell us about other assets that he had. The entire process of discovering other assets almost took 2 months. And the process of actually claiming it and transferring it was a different process altogether. And that is the problem we are trying to solve here. Currently, 2 lakh crore of financial assets remain unclaimed in India, and this number is growing at 15% annually. And what really is the reason here? Next slide. Well, 70% of Indian households have limited visibility into family wealth. In India, money is still wrapped around secrecy. We discuss at what price did we buy the onion, but we do not discuss with our own family what we actually have. So 70% of Indian households have limited visibility. Even if they have visibility, it almost takes 2 to 5 years to resolve legal succession disputes in India. And you won't believe this, but more than 78% of the pending civil cases in India are related to inheritance and succession. And that is where Tijori comes into picture. Tijori is a digital platform that helps you securely store all your assets in one place, manage nominees for all the asset classes, and ensure smooth transfer of wealth after you pass away. It has three key elements to it. First is centralized asset visibility, where we aggregate all your assets in one place. Then comes simple will and nominee management. You can create your will and store it with us, and you can also manage your nominees as per different asset classes. And then comes seamless claim facilitation. In case something happens to you, we are responsible to reach out to your family and let them know that, hey, these are the assets that your loved one left, and this is how we will be helping you claim them. Well, to set in the context, this is how the financial landscape of India currently looks right now. Around 25 to 35, you're all busy in making wealth, conserving it, and securing it for future. But the problem here is that these platforms like Zerodha, Grow, IND Money, these are not responsible to reach out to you or your family members if something happens to you. In fact, the process is so long that it gets very late until even they get to know. Then comes will creation. There are platforms which are involved in will creation, but the problem again is will reinforcement nahi ho pata hai. And then legacy managers like 361, Nuvama Wealth exist, but these are for HNIs and super expensive. Post-death recovery tracers are also there like Share Samadhan, but the process is very slow. Coming to market sizing, we have taken a TAM to be consisting of bank account holders with annual income of more than 3 lakhs, because that is when people start investing in financial products. And SOM to be urban Indians aged 25 to 45 years with active term life insurance policies. At a conservative ARPU of 480 rupees, our SOM comes at 4,300 crore market, and our TAM comes at 10,400 crore market. Our business model is pretty simple. We start with a free vault, which acts as an adoption engine. So you can come, log in, sign up on our app, and you get to have a unified dashboard where you can see all your assets. We also give SIP and insurance alerts so that people interact with the app. And then early monetization opportunity comes through will. So there are different pricing tiers as well here. And our primary revenue model is through wealth transfer, where we charge a 1% flat fee and 3 to 7% fee as per performance. We want to do it with the right distribution partners, insurance companies, investment platforms, and corporates, of course. As I already told you about the financial landscape, if you see, most of them are involved in one-time transaction. We actually want to come here and we want to be the continuous platform that is responsible for everything from you documenting your wealth to actually making sure that it gets transferred to your loved ones. Our GTM is going to look like this. We want to be first setting up desks near hospitals and cremation grounds to get our first 15 to 20 pro bono claims. And once we have that, we want to use it to build credibility so that we can go to insurance claim agents. Because when a death occurs, people usually reach out to their insurance agents. And we want to come there and be like, hey, we can also help you do asset mapping and help you see all other assets that you might have and you can claim. And then comes the most important problem: how are we going to build trust? We want to do this by going the CAs and lawyers route, because people tend to trust them with a lot of their private information, and that is how we can. So we want to collaborate with them and bring them on a revenue sharing model. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, and that's me and my team. Can I also ask you, could you please open the vault, the Tijori that we have placed? Well, so you will actually see a letter that would be a letter we send to any family whose family member deceased. So our vision is pretty simple: a world where every Indian's wealth and legacy is secure, accessible, and never lost. While most platforms are just going to wealth creation, we want to be solving for wealth preservation.
So with that, we also have one video for you to set more context. Please have that. करना, तू चाय रख दे, बाद में पी लूंगा प्लीज।
पूरा दिन स्टॉक्स, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और पता नहीं क्या क्या है। अभी फैमिली को भी टाइम दिया कर।
यार हर्षिता, ये सारी चीजें मैं तुम्हारे लिए और रोहन के लिए ही करता हूँ। यार कल मान ले कुछ भी मुझे हो जाता है तो यही सारी चीजें तुम्हारा ध्यान देंगी, समझो यार।
ये ना अपशगुन वाली बातें मेरे साथ मत किया करो तुम।
ठीक है, I'm sorry। चल अब
भाई मेरा मैनेजर भूपेश जो है ना भाई, दिन भर मेरा दिमाग खराब करता रहेगा। जब देखो बगल
चलो
लगा रहा है।
आने पे ध्यान देता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है
भाई मैंने कम ही छोड़ दो, मुझसे नहीं होता ओवर टाइम में, हर वीकेंड ओवर टाइम दे देता है। जब देखो ईमेल भेज देता है मुझे, ईमेल
मैं 1 मिनट मारता हूँ।
ठीक है जल्दी आओ।
Sorry, Mom. We tried our best, but we couldn't see this.
स्टॉक्स, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और पता नहीं क्या क्या है।
ये सारी चीजें तुम्हारा ध्यान देंगी, समझो यार।
I'm so sorry, but the time is up and we can't let you exceed that. We'll move to question and answers, please. Jury, please take the floor.
Yeah, hi. So you mentioned that you can put across all the assets and nominees and stuff, but how do you actually execute that, right? Because if you need to put a nomination, I can put it on your app, but how do you actually go? Because it requires a process in the society in XYZ. That's one. And second is, how do you solve the issue of anybody wanting to put all of this on a digital platform, which is something which they don't trust?
Yeah. So firstly, so there's something known as account aggregators, which are RBI regulated, and they're not just responsible to pull all the data of financial assets that you might have. They also have the nominees with them. So some of the nominees that you might have listed with your, let's say, investment platforms, you must have your nominees on Zerodha or wherever you buy equities. So they also fetch that with.
So is this only for financial assets?
Yeah.
So it's not for like other things. It's only for what you have into financial assets.
So in current Indian scenarios, for real estate and for gold, we don't have anything because there is no framework meant for it. And that's like in Singapore, and we have it.
Sure.
Insurance, equities, everything digital that you can do.
Got it. And how do you ensure that somebody is comfortable putting this data on the platform?
So we try to break that in 2 formats. First, we try to use AES 256 encryption, which is basically a military code kind of a system where anyone who comes and signs in a platform, they get a code, and that code can only be shared with the nominee. Second thing that we have tried to incorporate is by using account aggregator framework. The person who has signed up in a platform only needs to give access for certain or some things which they're willing to do. They don't have to give access for everything like other platforms ask for. So we don't ask for it. And that are 2 things that we have kept in mind, and seeing that there could be an issue where anyone have an issue because these are very minute and very personal information that people don't want to share, and keeping that in mind, we have tried to put these 2 encryptions inside it.
So when you get the information,
yes,
are you looking at the lacunas or the gaps in that information and then also informing the person concerned? Like you may have a nominee not updated, or your policy is not transferable, or all of those things. So are you doing all of that in terms of advising how to bring it up to speed to make sure that there are no gaps?
Yeah, so if we can go to the slide, business model. So it's mentioned that we also do SIP and insurance alerts, and within that, so let's say something is missing, we are also responsible to tell you that, hey, probably you can add a nominee here as well. If we could show the prototype, can we show the other video?
So basically you have experts who are helping you reach that level of financial intelligence.
Yeah.
How do you acquire customers? Like what's your customer acquisition model?
Perfect. If you go to GT,
So we first want to start putting help desk near cremation grounds and hospitals, because that is like the most sensitive area where we could find our first few cases. So we first want to solve for doing pro bono claims and cases only to get credibility. Once we have that credibility, we want to be partnering with insurance claim agents. So these are the claim agents where families reach out to first when something like this occurs, right? And we want to come there and help them say, this is also how you can do asset mapping. You know about your insurance, but there are also other asset classes that you might not know of. So that is where we come in. And then finally, CAs and lawyers, as ma'am asked about trust barrier. This is also one way we want to solve for trust barrier, because CAs and lawyers are one entity that people tend to trust a lot.
In the revenue model, other than the bill fees and all that, what did you say, 1 to 3%?
That is claim settlement fees. We charge 1% flat fees on every claim settlement, and then an addition of 3 to 7%, that's a floating charge, that is based on performance fees.
1% of?
1% of the total claim amount that you have. And 3 to 7% is floating in terms of, there are tier pricing or tier amounts that we're going to get. Maybe if the sum assured is 10 lakh rupees and we're able to only get less than 30% of it out from our platform, then we only charge 3%. If you're able to get all the 10 lakh rupees back as a claim settlement, then we charge a 7% flat fee, 7% fluctuating fees.
You didn't talk about the fact that you went with realization of assets. One presentation.
No, like we can show the prototype. Can we show the?
We also don't worry. That's part of your proposition.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Help people realize.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why we wanted to show the video that we were not able to do. It's fine. Thank you so much.
A huge round of applause. Okay, so that concluded the last startup pitch for this event. But the real mystery is now, who's going to take away that 2,50,000 cash prize? Can we give a huge round of applause for our mentors as they put in their final scores, which will make this crucial decision. So audience, now that all 7 startups are done, let me hear the cheer. I'll go backwards, okay? First up, a round of applause for Tijori. Do you think they will win, guys? Yes? Carbon footprint, can I hear a yes for them? How many of y'all think? Okay. Random Studios. Interesting. And Bid Pilot. Last 2. Kisan Rover. Interesting. And Pickappool Private Limited. Okay, so audience has a few. Wait. I'm coming to it. Don't worry. I'm saying so the audience has a few of their analysis. And memo tag. Okay. So before we move forward and actually get to the result, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors as well as associations. So allow me to take you through the sponsor list. Sugandha Electricals, Campa as a title partner, Vivo as our official technology partner, Tesla Agri Pharma Private Limited as a growth partner, Ocean Drinks Private Limited as a refreshment partner, Nija as a modern jewelry partner, Cornetos, a snacking partner, Wild Bean Coffee experience partner, Smash Entertainment experience partner. Our media partners who we are very thankful for: On TV Transit Media Partner, Lokmat Legacy Media Partner, Sach Kahu Regional News Media Partner, Maharashtra News 24 Digital Media Partner, as well as Leading Edge, our production partner, Himru Fabrics Luxury Partner, Mukta Wellness as our wellness partner. A huge round of applause. This event was possible thanks to their support. Our associations, we are very thankful for each and every association that has made the Global Entrepreneurship Summit possible. Keiretsu Forum, Catalyst for Women Entrepreneurship, Venture Catalysts, Startup India, SME Chamber of India, Make in India, Drip Capital, SBI Cap Securities, Indian Angel Network, Chamber of Marathawada Industries and Agriculture, Aditya Birla Ventures, India Accelerator, Global Shapers Community, Team, 100x VC, T-Hub, Head Start Mumbai, Excel Ventures, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Startups Council of India. A huge round of applause for all our associations. Now I would request our esteemed jury members to please come and share their experience and their feedback and give us your thoughts on this wonderful occasion. Please, requesting you to come on stage and share your words of wisdom. You've taken out their precious time and come and evaluated our startups on this very momentous occasion. So please, if each of you could share your thoughts, how you thought the startups did, and a message for our students. So we can
it's like a test, whether we are listening or not as well. And I must say, first to the organizers, I'll say very well done. The way you have been able to gather all the sponsors, put up this show, and so many entries. Next to what we heard today across various startups, the energy of the entrepreneurs, one, the ideas and the thought and the execution on the ground. I'll say, it's a hats off to you guys. You all are very young and you're thinking for something which has relevance for social impact, impacts the lives of people and solves relevant problems, be it, if I have to name few, the jury, it's a relevant problem, dementia, it's very relevant, solar energy, ESG, I'll say very, very relevant thought. And for those who even I haven't named, I'll say what we saw today was actually deserving to be the finalist over here. So I am sure we all have our own views around how do we evaluate things, but I must say all of you are winners, and irrespective of what the answers in terms of who's number one, who's winning the 2.5 lakhs, please continue with the hard work and the good work.
I think I'll echo with what was just said by the previous speaker, and just adding on to whatever he said, there are two very interesting changes that I've seen from when I was studying around 10 to 12 years back to now. Is that there was a study at that point of time that most of the companies are focusing only on that age group of 18 to 35 in terms of spending capacity, but the maximum spending capacity is there with the age group of let's say 55 to 70. But today I saw a lot of new ideas coming which are actually targeting that domain. I mean, that is really hats off to your thought processes. And the second thing I would also want to say is that whatever comes as an outcome of it, sometimes you might get some positive feedback, some negative feedback from a lot of people, but do not be discouraged by any of it, because some of these ideas can actually become multi-billion-dollar ideas just by pure execution. So very, very small ideas sometimes with very good execution is a true recipe for success. So even if you find that a lot of hurdles on the way, sometimes it's especially for the entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, you should always look at the execution gap. A great product and a great, will always lead to a very good outcome. So one of my cousins, he always used to say one thing: where do you find the perfect match? You don't have to go for excellence in product over, over the fact that no one is able to use it or it never gets developed, and you cannot have too much marketing and then the product doesn't develop it to a way that people like it or they don't like it. So I think that optimization is something that you should do on the way. So I think with that I would say hats off to all of you for coming up with some wonderful ideas. I'm sure there would be having many more which probably did not even reach here, but I think we hope to look forward to some of these ideas becoming probably game-changing industries in the long run.
So, thank you first of all, Jai Hind, for organizing this. So I'm the alma mater. I studied here 20 years back. So it's really nostalgic to be in this auditorium for me. But excellent. I think I'm so proud to be back and be in this event. I think as they said, I think one thing which really struck with me is all the ideas we saw today, none of them were trendy. If you understand what I mean, it's not about saying that I want to become the next food tech or the next fintech. It was really solving core problems, and which really comes only if you guys are passionate about those problems. So I think that really stood out for me. And if your heart is in the right place for for a business why you want to start up, I think then that can really take you miles ahead of anybody else. There was a lot of us which we asked you questions on. People are doing it. There's competition. I mean, that's the nature of business, right? Nothing in India or nothing globally can be differentiated from a product or an idea. It's the execution. So I think I kind of resonate to what he said about the commercial viability of a business. So a lot of ideas, seem very strong in concept, and even some of them which we saw today, I think they really resonated with us in our problems which we face in our day-to-day lives. But what will get you ahead is how fast you can actually commercialize them. It could be B2B, it could be a lot of other partnerships which you do, which will eventually get you to your final goal. So the baby steps you do in the first few years or months will really make you stand out, right? So I think really credible to see, and the fact that all of you are so excited about really being a part of this. I think, we were not, when in our times, we didn't get this opportunity. So please, leverage it, milk it, and all the best to all of you.
I'll just say two things. The people who were at the back end selecting 7 out of 170, kudos to you guys, because all 7 ideas in my view were excellent. And as she said, that they were not trendy. So that's a reflection of the environment today where you're thinking about solving problems. I have one suggestion that I don't know if 7 was a number that was chosen for the time that you gave. To me, it felt a little inadequate because people were just rushing through. Doesn't do justice when they're presenting these. So for future, maybe you could think about how we accommodate people. I know time's always short for everybody. That was the other thing, but yeah, rest everything has been said a lot.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And yeah, all the pitch you guys have given was so great. So I could tell why you were selected as a finalist, definitely. And also, I could tell that you were trying to solve a huge problem, a problem that worth a solution. So yeah, for early stage startups, there are only 2 things. The problem. You should find a problem that worth solving. So I have seen so many startups that are trying to solve. They're making a perfect answer for a wrong question, for a wrong problem. So yeah, I'm glad that that's not for you. So yeah, you guys are doing well. And also, I'd like to say, execution beats it all. Execution beats your experience or expertise. So just keep pushing it, and if you keep pushing it, and if you can make your execution power up, then you will be able to make it whatever you want. And lastly, I'd like to say, Hind College is the best place I have ever visited in India. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I always enjoy been coming here for several years now. I think one of the greatest things here is this is a competition. So somebody will win and somebody won't. But the very fact that you're here doing this speaks to your spirit of entrepreneurship, speaks to your spirit of being able to bring something to life. So please keep going, and always remember, you probably know it better than I do, that adaptability is important, and the ability to adjust to circumstances and situations is important. Perseverance is important, as everybody has said, in terms of execution and effort. So keep going, and don't lose heart at hiccups and things that are in your way that look like obstacles. Every obstacle is an opportunity.
Thank you so much, and we have a huge round of applause for the entire jury member. Yes, sir, please.
I just wanted to add one thing, and this is what I would call experience or gray hair, lack of it. But one of the things that you guys should also remember, that this is not an individual journey. Teams are very important. I mean, I've heard entrepreneurs tell me that, listen, I was not the smartest, but I had the smartest set of people working with me or for me. So to me, that is also an important factor, execution and team. I think never underestimate that as you build these ideas forward.
Thank you so much. Any final words? Okay, we request you to stay on stage as we will be announcing the winner. Requesting faculty members Shavya ma'am, Prateek sir, Shilpa ma'am and Rakhi ma'am to actually unveil the moment we've all been waiting for. Can we welcome them on stage with a huge round of applause? Cameras out if you want to capture this moment. Everyone.
2.5 lakhs. It's
I guess it's so close and might as well have given to everyone. But yeah, so the second runner-up is Tijori.
You need to move in a little. Move to your right, to your right,
So
to your
the
right. More,
first
more, more.
runner-up is the carbon footprint. And any guesses?
Any guesses for the winner?
So sadly there's no marking like the Indian Idol where there was this audience poll. But yeah. So the winner is Kisan Rover. All the three winners on the stage.
A huge round of applause, guys. It's created from 170 startups.
Guys, please clap for all the startups. And I again repeat, today we had President of SME Chambers, Dr. Chandrakant Salunke. He has asked us that we can share the data of all the 170 startups who have applied. And they will be supporting all the startups in whatever way they want help. So we'll be sharing, of course, with the consent of these startups, we'll be sharing the data with SME Chambers and he'll be supporting. So once again, congratulations. Thank you to the jury members. We'll be taking the jury to the MPR room for interaction. And if some of the startups want to interact, we'll be very happy. Again, it depends on the availability of the jury's time. I think that's okay with you. So thank you very much.
A huge round of applause, please. Let's celebrate this occasion, the 10th Global Entrepreneurship Summit and Startup Competition. I request the jury to please make their way to the MPR room. Yes, yes ma'am. Faculty, please remain on stage as we have 3. Okay, never late. Better late than never. It happens. Requesting faculty members to stay on stage as we'll announce our business event winners. Okay. There are still a few more prizes to be given. 3 cash prizes for the business events. The first event was Startup Safari and the winners are Shlok God and Dhruvit Dad. Can you have a huge round of applause for them? A huge round of applause for them. They've earned a prize of rupees 7,500 as the winner of Startup Safari.
Hello. Okay, look here. Look at the camera. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Play the market and the winner is Rishikesh Rane. Give her a huge round of applause. Congratulations, Rishikesh. Now also winning a prize money of
So shoot this side.
7,500.